Solving proportions with number chips. This is a St. Patrick's Day version, and this is a digital lesson using these number chips. All the instructions are on slide 2. Students are going to start on slide 3. So they're going to put the correct number into each of these circles in order to create a proportion, equivalent fractions, or equivalent ratios. So here they can see that they have to multiply by 4. So that makes this number a 4, so that these two are equivalent. Now every slide has every number the students need, so if they get toward the end and the numbers aren't working, they know they've made an error somewhere and they need to go back and check. So in that way it's self-checking. So here they're going to be dividing by 5. So these first two slides is just scaling up or scaling down. And here if they divide by 5, they're going to get a 7, and so on. Same thing on the next slide. Now when they get to slide 5, that doesn't work. They can't scale up or scale down in order to solve the proportion. So they have to use means and extremes or cross multiplication. And what that means is the numbers that are opposite each other diagonally are going to have the same product. So 8 times 5 is 40, so 20 times what number is also 40? And that would be 2. 9 times 4 is 36, so 12 times 3 would be 36, and so on. And they're going to do that on the next slide also. When they get to slide 7, now they've got some tables, and they have to determine whether the tables are proportional. Yes or no on each one. So if they look at the x values and the y values, they can see here they're just multiplying by 5, multiplying by 5 here. But when they get to this ratio, it doesn't work. If they multiply times 5, they do not get 30. So these ratios are not equivalent. So they're going to click in no, and they're going to come up here to the fill color feature, and they can pick any color to show their answer. Same thing on the next table here. They're multiplying by 3. Multiply the x value times 3, and that works for every column. So this one would be yes. So they click in yes. Again, come up to the fill color feature, click on a color, and color it in. They're going to do the same thing on the next slide. When they get to the final slide, they've got all of these number chips. These are not movable. So they have a St. Patrick's Day riddle, and in order to solve it, they have to go back and find these numbers, and it has to be the correct number, correct color. When they find these numbers in the previous slides, they're going to move them to the side, and the letter that's underneath, they're going to type in this final slide. So whatever letter is under the black 4, they're going to type in here, the yellow 8, and so on. So it could be on any of the previous slides. If this is done correctly, they will solve the riddle. So this is the St. Patrick's Day version of solving proportions with number chips.